Hookah was great, but someone got shot while we were there, so I'm taking a star away for that. 4 out of 5. Would return again wearing body armor. 2 people found this useful. 30 people found this funny. Someone was shot, and 1 person said it was cool. Welcome back to Metal Straws. In today's video, we're covering posts from r/YelpReviews. Let's dive right in. This is for a bagel shop. Train wreck. No greeting, no eye contact, no thanks. I asked for a mini bagel that was stacked in a jar on the counter. It was inedible. When I complained to the cashier, she informed me that I had asked for a dog bagel. When I pointed out that there is no label on the jar whatsoever, nothing that indicates that this is made for canine consumption, she just said that she thought I had bought it for my dog. Seriously? Did you see me come here with a dog? These people are idiots. Selling bagels can't be that hard. 1 person found it useful, 8 people found it funny, it's tragic, it is kind of a funny sad kind of thing, and then 0 people found it cool. I do agree with this Yelper. That jar should have certainly been labeled. Hi, your review is misleading. Don't come back. The restaurant is small and crowded? Really? That's your complaint? That we have good business? Okay, sorry you weren't treated like a princess. Also, I don't understand your comment about the menu not being appealing. If you saw that we had 4.5 stars, then you probably saw our menu online, or at least some of it. So I don't understand how you came here expecting something different on our menu. We literally have pictures online and outside the restaurant. Obviously, some menu item had to appeal to you for you to try our establishment in the first place. You wouldn't go to a Korean restaurant to try their dessert, right? You're just finding things to complain about because you believe Yelp gives you some sort of magic power. Just because you can leave a review and give us 1 star doesn't mean you ruin our image or reputation. It's true that just leaving a 1 star shouldn't be enough to destroy a company. However, a lot of times the way these owners respond to the customer's 1 star does a lot more damage than whatever the customer had to say, and this is making this owner look really bad. By the way, the meat tenderizer is for a nail that was sticking out, and since I don't have the actual review, I can't understand what in the world this person's talking about. Sorry that we care about the safety of our customers. By the way, it was a hammer, not a meat tenderizer. Sorry you can't see well. After waking up at 4 a.m. and spending about 2 hours in a pool, I was hungry. So I headed here because they have a military discount. Yay! And I was pleased. I got a basic breakfast for me and 2 friends for about $15 after the tip. Good grub, good salsa, lots of food. I will definitely be coming back. It's quick, it's good, it's cheap, enjoy. $15 for 3 people plus a tip included, that is a good deal. Side note, the bathroom is scary. I'll tell you why. I have this irrational fear that every bathroom I walk into has a camera in it, focused on me. I know, totally random. Blame Maury Povich. Always talking about those creepy guys who watch girls. I am a product of the generation that watched that garbage. Anyway, this bathroom is in the kitchen. Okay, pump the brakes. What? It has a 1-inch gap under the door. I don't care about that very much. The bathroom's in the kitchen, and I came straight from the pool, and I'm still in my swimsuit, which is a 1-piece, and I love how this person is speaking about herself in the 3rd person. I basically had to take everything off to get anything done in this bathroom, and the whole time I was freaking out, wondering where the video camera is. And you can hear the kitchen staff yelling back and forth the whole time you're in there. This sounds really wrong. Male voices are very disconcerting to a woman in a bathroom. Okay, I think that all you had to say was, I like the food, I was really happy with everything until I realized that the bathroom is in the kitchen where they do their food prep. They're all in the same location. That's disgusting. This doesn't sound cool. I donated 12 designer men's dress shirts, only worn once, along with new socks and men's t-shirts. That's pretty cool. When I drove up and got out of the car, the girls standing behind the bins were very unappreciative and quite frankly didn't even show any compassion. This was my first and last time I will ever donate to Goodwill. There's such a large entity. I'll donate to local charities from now on. I don't think you should boycott donating to Goodwill because of this right here. The owner of this business, blank, is a conspiracy theorist who needs mental help. Steer clear of this business. There are plenty of other businesses you can find quality work from, okay? 62 people found this useful, 5 people found this funny, and 4 people found this cool. Owner threw me out for no reason. Response from the owner, Mr. Blank, you were exhibiting odd behavior and I concluded that you were on an illicit substance and your behavior was only becoming more erratic. When I asked you if you were okay as you went to the bathroom, you threw up your hands and gave me flack for asking, not realizing that I was the owner. After going to the bathroom, you couldn't stop giving me terrible looks and sneers from across the tap room. When I confronted you and asked you politely to leave, you began to get highly vocal and refused to leave, at which time I physically removed you from our facility and the police were called. Outside, you tried to fight me, but I politely restrained you. Oh my goodness, I do not know what that looks like. Politely restraining. And ultimately allowed you to go free before the police arrived. We now have a trespassing order against you based on your credit card information provided. So, I thought the girl at the front desk was cute. I gave her my number with a note saying call me. Next thing I know, her manager is chewing me out, calling what I did fraternation. That's fine, she's married. That was all the woman had to say. I hope you're reading this. Okay, so instead of being angry at the manager for chewing him out, he's angry at the woman for not telling him that she was not interested, that she's married. That's weird. Last time I checked, I lived in America. If you're gonna get butt hurt every time someone tries to flatter you or give you a compliment, you need to leave. No, I will not stay here again unless I get an apology. No reason at all to make it out like I did anything wrong. I'll be waiting. Just giving someone your number without them asking for it, it's kind of weird, especially since he's a guest here. I don't know, that just seems really not cool. I spent several $1,000s on repairs at this shop over the years. Then one day I found out that the owner was having an affair with my wife. Now I'm divorced and I drive a new car. I cannot in good conscience recommend this company. 2 people found it useful, 3 people found it funny. I visited the shop a few days before Christmas and was told that repairs and cleanings were 3 months out. Okay, understandable, very busy time of year. The reason I won't return to the shop is the arrogant attitude of the owner who made it very clear in his opinion the vintage wristwatch I brought in was of very, very low quality. He repeated a number of times, this is clearly not a Rolex. Correct, but it is a vintage watch with a value of around $1,800, keeping good time. It's in need of a good cleaning and most likely requiring worn parts replaced. The response, hi blank, I'm afraid you're mistaking honesty for arrogance. I was happy to answer your increasingly pointed questions about your very tired, worn out 70s Omega automatic wristwatch. That's part of my job and I honestly don't mind because in my opinion the better informed someone is, the better decisions they're equipped to make. If you don't like the answers, there's not much I can do about that. In fact, there's an old saying, don't ask questions you might not want to know the answers to. The point I was trying to make clear was that even after service, your watch wouldn't be worth more than the price of the service. This is important information to most people. I'm sorry you didn't appreciate hearing that your $1,800 watch was only worth $150, but that is my opinion based on 30 years in the business. This is a tricky one. If I take my product into a shop and I ask to have it fixed, I don't really want someone to tell me that it's not worth getting it fixed because I could just spend the money to buy another one. I would understand if I came in and I asked for some advice, but just to offer up that information, I don't think that's professional. I asked you to fix the product. If you can fix it, great. Obviously, I can wait the 3 months if that's necessary, but to tell me that it's not worth it, that definitely would make me not want to come back to your shop. It may be that the watch isn't worth more than $150, but it's worth it to me to get this particular watch fixed and not to feel like an idiot doing it. My money, my watch, you fix it, I give you money, we go our separate ways. I think it's bad for business. If you make me feel like an idiot for getting a $150 watch fixed that's not going to gain any value, then I'm not very likely to bring in other things that might need to be fixed. And at the end of the day, this is your business. You want my money to fix stuff, so I don't think that the owner of the business made himself look bad like the other owners. It's just a difference of opinion, and I wonder, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. If you take a product in to be repaired, do you want the person repairing it to tell you that there's no point? Or do you want the person to just go ahead and fix it for you? Let me know in the comments. I went to Vietnam in January and ate from north to south, so I was looking forward to a really authentic meal when I came to this place. Chicken pho. Go to northern pho places like this place or this place for a better version. This place's tenderloin is my favorite for pho ga. As the owner noted, I am not as big of a fan of the location, which hasn't been as good quality the last few months, at least for takeout. This one has kind of an unusual herbal flavor and almost no fresh herbs in the broth. Really skimpy on the meat too, about 1/4 cup of chicken total. This dish was better, but I wasn't a fan of the black sauce and it had an odd aroma. This next one, the vegan crab, was a miss for me. It sounded interesting, but in reality just tasted like firm tofu that had been mashed into a paste. Also, they don't have any appetizer options to round out the meal. They have this dish in photos, but when I inquired, was told that it was only a temporary item. And the owner replied, "Appreciate your coming by to try the food and thank you for your feedback." Our pho is made with the traditional spices and we add lime leaves to provide the unique herbal flavor that you weren't a fan of. Because the broth is already so herbaceous, it is common practice to not include fresh herbs to top the broth. We're big fans of this place, but we checked your profile and you gave them a worse review than this one, so not sure if you're the person who should be referring people to go there. Many thanks for trying this dish and the vegan dish. Sorry to hear you weren't a fan, but we have plenty of other menu items to try as well. As for your note about authenticity, while you may have sampled other dishes on vacation in Vietnam, we developed this recipe when we lived there. But thank you for the feedback. Respectfully, business owner. I think this was a good one. This was a very good response. I live in blank and really wanted to like this place, but frankly it smells. Maybe if you sit outside you can't smell it, but inside it's gross. It smells like it's been there for 50 years and never been cleaned, but it's a newer place. Some of the staff look really sleepy. It looks like something you'd find in a seedy part of town. I will avoid this place in the future. There are plenty of other places in the area that have a better experience. 0 people found it useful, 8 people found it funny, and 0 people found it cool. And here is the owner's response. Hi, blank. Thank you so much for the valuable input. Quick question for you. Which part made it smell worse? The part where we didn't serve you any alcohol? Or the part where you harassed the female staff by exposing your chest hair in lieu of showing your ID? Next time you want a drink, please bring the appropriate ID that is required when you go to a bar. We'll gladly serve you. This is another good owner response. Doesn't make them look bad at all. We ordered the combination pizza, 2 salads, and meatball penne pasta for 5 people. When we tried calling, there was no answer, so we decided to drive there to pick it up. The pizza was pretty good and the slices were large. However, the salad and penne pasta were just okay. For $6 for the salad, we didn't expect to be getting much, but it was seriously lacking ingredients. The pasta portion size could barely feed 1 person, and I already eat quite small portion sizes. Overall, a little bit too pricey for takeout Italian food. Business owner. Well, we weren't open tonight, hence no answer. And I don't know who you got your food from tonight, because it wasn't us. And 4 people found this funny. I don't see where it says that they placed this order tonight. They could have placed this order like a week ago or something. Great chicken, but the provided sides leave much to be desired. The chicken that I received from the store was very juicy and crispy, but the napkins were very dry and tasteless and seemed to have very little effort put into the visual appeal. I prefer a recycled paper composite mixed in with high quality glue to hold it all together. I am sad to say that even though the chicken is of high quality at this place, I will be going to this place, satisfying my craving of a nice, crisp, satisfying table napkin. First of all, they call it a lake, and it is way too big to be a lake. The water was way too cold, and there were gross, disgusting little things in the water like bugs and tiny bits of seaweed. They are not going to do anything about the water temp. They really need to skim these things out in advance. This person is asking way too much from a lake. I told the park about this and they seemed to blow off my concern. There's literally nothing they can do. Additionally, there were way too many teenagers. They were running around yelling and flaunting their mobility. And I think that is the best part of this Yelp review. Flaunting their mobility. 1 person found it useful. 9 people found it funny. No one found it cool. And that brings us to the end of r/Yelp reviews. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.